This is episode 3 of the Couchsurfing series. And the reason we're putting this series together is because we met some of the nicest people we've ever met through Couchsurfing while we were away. And yet people are reluctant to use it, and it does kind of sound a bit weird to go sleep on strangers' couches across the globe. So we're chatting with some of our hosts throughout our trip to show that they're actually really great people. So today I'm talking to Lucia, who I stayed with when I was in Brno in the Czech Republic. So yeah, enjoy. Right, so this week we are talking to Lucia, who is living in Brno, although she's actually from Slovakia as well. Did you want to introduce yourself quickly, Lucia?
Yeah, sure. So, as some has said already, I'm from Slovakia, but I study in Brno right now, and I work in the field of immigration issues. I work with refugees, and I want to do more about the education in the future, about intercultural education and stuff like that.
Awesome. And you are actually really awesome because when I actually asked if I could stay at your place, you weren't even in Brno at the time where I stayed with you. You were actually back home in Slovakia. And yet you still managed to, I don't know, you work it out with your friends and your flatmates and everything. Even though you were hundreds of miles away in Slovakia, you still managed to sort it all out and got people to meet me and everything. And it was amazing that it all still went ahead even though you were hundreds of miles away. So I thank you so much for that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was happy to do that, and you were also very appreciating host. So it was very lovely.
Thank you. Why did you originally start couchsurfing, and how did you start? Did you start by hosting, or did you start by surfing?
Well, actually, I wanted to start by surfing, but it turned out that I started with hosting in the end. I kind of heard about the idea from several people, very cool people, so I was like, oh, very cool people, very cool idea, very cool stuff. But then, like 2 years after that, after I heard about it for the first time, we wanted to go to Romania and couchsurf there for a while, so I just made my profile, and like a day later, I got a first couch request from 2 Canadian guys, and I accepted it, and it was really cool. So
that's cool. And how long ago was that?
5 years ago, I guess.
Oh wow! So you are a proper veteran when it comes to couchsurfing. You've been on there for a while now.
Yeah.
And so you've surfed and you've hosted. What's your best experience you've ever had? Is it whether it's while you've been hosting or surfing? What's your favourite?
Well, I guess the best experience was when I got to know like very cool people, which there were a few of them. I mean, and some of them we really remained very good friends with. I can think about people who were actually from Czech Republic who were engaged in such awesome stuff, and we still keep in touch. Or also from Slovakia, we went to several trips together, and also
so cool.
Yeah. So
That's
I
awesome.
really have so many good friends for couchsurfing actually.
And what do you get out of it as a host? Obviously, when you're meeting people and surfing with them, you get shown around the local area, you get to spend time with them and their friends and stuff. How do you feel about it as a host? What's your favourite bits about hosting somebody?
Well, first of all, I guess couchsurfing is about providing a local experience with local people.
Yep.
And what I can do for people is to introduce them the stuff I like in the city, and I can talk to them about the culture, and yeah, I think most of all is to just to show them the life here. That's basically what I like about couchsurfing. That I don't go to places just to see the church and stuff.
Yeah.
But that I want to meet people.
Yeah, which is true. You took me to a special evening at a particular event that you attended, and we watched this film, didn't we? All about Palestine and Israel. And what was actually really amazing with that as well was that there were parts of it where a lot of it was in English, but there were parts where it wasn't in English either, but you managed to somehow listen to the film, which was in either Czech or it might have been in, yeah, I think it was Czech, and then you translated it into English and were whispering it in English in my ear, which was just incredible. I was just like amazed at how you were listening, taking it all in, and translating it. It was, yeah, it was incredible. I thank you for that as well.
Yeah, I was really happy about that. It turned out to be this evening because you could actually see how we live here. There's constantly some events going on, and we go there and educate ourselves in the issues. So that was kind of a proper experience from Bruno for you.
Yeah, and it was probably experiencing your life as well, and your obviously passion for trying to help out and do good in the world as well.
Definitely.
And since you've been hosting, or since you've been couchsurfing in general, have you had any negative experiences or bad experiences, or just kind of weird experiences at all?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it just belongs to the human nature. I mean,
Yeah.
couchsurfing is a really good idea, and I really trust in it. I mean, I really trust in reference things, so I've never thought that anything really bad could happen to me.
Yeah.
But I had like few experience that was not exactly, I don't know. There were some people who were probably having some kind of intentions I didn't really like, or also I am really bothered by people just inviting you for a date just on Couchsurfing. I really don't like that. I don't answer that kind of emails.
Yeah, so that's it. I mean, if people are treating it how it should be treated, which is a great way to meet people and build a community, then it's fine. But obviously, when people start pushing boundaries and kind of getting a bit strange with it all, that's when it kind of goes a little bit away from it. But I mean, thankfully, what I've heard, that doesn't happen too often. And like you say, even when it does happen, it's never really feeling unsafe necessarily. It's kind of just more like, right, this isn't really comfortable for me. This isn't good.
Because there's this negative reference thing that I really trust that just shows you whether there's a problem or not with the person. So basically, I really trust people who have a lot of references, but none of them is negative. So yeah. Also, I don't really accept people with no references. I think that's a good thing about Couchsurfing, that you can kind of easily control who you're taking or not and where you're gonna stay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the references help out a lot. You can see that they're genuine people when they've been hosted or they've been surfing before, which is obviously a really great way, both for the hosts and for the surfers. I mean, as a surfer as well, you wouldn't want to go, well, wouldn't necessarily feel as comfortable going to somebody without anything, with barely any pictures or anything like that, and you would somebody who had loads of pictures and loads of references. And for you personally, when people stay with you, do you have any suggestions of how you like them to behave, or what would be your perfect surfer, for example? You can say me if you like. It's fun.
Yeah, I think I just enjoy people being themselves, bringing their life experience. I love passionate people, so if I can meet a person who's talking about his life and the things he does, and he can teach me something, that's awesome. Just like you told me about your book and project and stuff like that. I really enjoy that. Also, I like dishwashing Couchsurfers and cooking Couchsurfers.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's it. I think that's the big thing. It's all about connection, and it's all about building connections with really cool people. And if you can get people who are just being passionate, being themselves, then that's kind of all you really want. It's somebody to connect with, somebody you want to learn from and experience. People from all different cultures and different areas of the world that you're not necessarily used to. Yeah. Let me see. I think that's almost everything I had to ask. Have you got anything else you'd like to add about Couchsurfing? Is there anything that you particularly feel strongly about, or anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, actually, yes. I would like to maybe say what I think about Couchsurfing, that I kind of perceive it as a community of people who don't know each other, but but still there's some kind of connection among them.
Yeah.
So basically, when you come somewhere and you don't know anyone there, that it's awesome chance that you just can write, and you know there's a person for you to help you out. And that's basically what I do. That when someone comes here, and even though I'm not here, I'm just always trying to not let him stay at night somewhere out.
Yeah.
It just kind of makes you feel safe on the world, and makes you feel there are many good people, and it provides you with the opportunity to get connected with them easily, very easily.
Yeah, I think it really does help connect this big world, and the media often like to portray us as it being an evil and cruel world, but it's a nice reminder in Couchsurfing that actually there's really generous people out there as well. There's really kind of passionate, giving people, and like you said, I think that's really good with Couchsurfing. You can see these people, you can experience these open-minded people, and it feels like you've got a community out there somewhere, even if you are in a random place.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But, that's perfect then. That's a great way to wrap it up, I think. Yeah, Couchsurfing's awesome, and you were really awesome as well, and you've really helped me out massively with everything during my stay. So thank you so much for that, and thank you so much for chatting with me today as well.
Thank you.